Padikaplan, Pengai. I hope you're doing good today and thank you for being here. I appreciate you a lot. If you're new here to the channel or if you're not, I'm Mati and this is Deep Thoughts. This upcoming Saturday, we have a very interesting RWS card. A lot of debutants, some fighters with not so much footage online, uh, which makes it difficult to do predictions and tape study, but it is what it is and we keep moving. The first fight of the night is flyweight 112.5 pounds between Desiree Whitaker, US slash Filipina fighter, and Alessia Bertellotti, Italy slash Spain. Um, Whitaker is a AKA Thailand fighter, 7-0 record overall, 2-0 in RWS, coming from a win via unanimous decision over Ananta Luxuan. She's a fighter that likes to pressure forward, orthodox, likes to utilize a switch kick, a lot of teeps, a lot of evasive moves and unorthodox moves, throws in a spinning attack every once in a while, spinning elbows, and always fights with a big smile on her face, which is always fun to watch and very, fun fighter to watch. She is fighting a debutant in Bertellotti, who, from the tape study that I've done, is a heavy leg kicker, pressure fighter as well, which obviously should be a good fight then, two pressure fighters against each other. But Bertellotti moves forward a lot, throws leg kicks, has solid boxing, maybe not the best footwork going backwards, not the most head movement, a little bit just standing there and banging. And obviously that promises for a good fight. But I think as a debutant, she has not really fought on the RWS level yet. And I think Whitaker is more experienced. She is obviously, she likes fighting. She smiles a lot when she fights, as I said. And I think we're going to see a good fight, a tough fight. And I believe we're going to see Whitaker get a split decision. They're going to trade, they're going to stand there and bang. But I believe that the evasiveness of Whitaker will be the deciding factor. I think she's going to be able to avoid shots from Bertellotti, and Bertellotti will probably be caught with some kicks, some punches, and split decision win for Whitaker. On to the next fight. Super lightweight, 140 pounds, Pinpech Banchamek, Thai fighter versus Moy Dalan from Australia. Pinpech is a Banchamek fighter, has Buakaw, one of the greatest of all time, in his corner. He's a switch fighter with a record of about 84, 7 and 7. Sometimes it's difficult to know the exact number with Thai fighters, but around that. And he is a fighter that fights out of switch a lot. Some fights that I watched, he started out in orthodox, and other fights he started out in southpaw. Can throw attacks from both, especially kicks. Has solid hands as well. Likes to utilize knees. Goes to the body, goes to the head. Quite a fighter that mixes up his attacks a lot. Has wins over a Swedish fighter, Robin Sundlöf, from a year back, I believe unanimous decision. And then he also has a few KOs, with the last one coming against Franz Pierre through a left knee to the liver. And interesting fighter, attacks the body and the head. Has weaknesses from what I've seen, that he could be open to counters a little bit. His guard is not the highest at all times. He likes to put down the guard a little bit when throwing kicks, and could be caught, especially against a fighter like Dalan. Dalan is a debutant, but not a debutant as in unexperienced. He is a WBC Australian champion, WBC Oceania champion. He is a heavy boxer, likes pressuring, likes going forward. I watched his fight when he won the WBC Australian Championship against Jack Matthews, the brother of Daniel Matthews, who fought in RWS a while back, a month back maybe, and had one of the best fights of the year for sure. And Dalan is he's a fighter that relies a lot on toughness and grit, and also his heavy boxing. Has a mean left hook, takes a punch to give two, and I think we're going to see a war in this fight. Um, I don't believe we're getting a finish because first I was thinking to myself, Pin Patch is going to get a finish to the body maybe because Dalan has a high guard a lot of the times, and that opens up the body for body shots. But the more I think of it, Dalan is a tough guy. He's not a debutant as I said, a novice in Muay Thai. He's 35. He has had a lot of fights, and he's a coach at 187 Muay Thai gym. Um, it's gonna be a tough fight, but I believe that Pinpech is gonna get it done, probably through split decision, just like the first fight. Split decision. Gonna be a tough fight. Gonna stand there and train and bang, and I believe Pinpech will be able to utilize his footwork a little bit, switching stances, and I think that's where Dalan will have a little bit of trouble getting to him. But yeah, Pinpech through split decision. Fight number 3. This is a banger. Minimum weight 105 pounds, Homure Abe from Japan versus Deyarat from Thailand. Abe is a extremely talented Japanese fighter. When I did my tape studies on him, I couldn't help it but be amazed over how good he is for an 18-year-old. He is a WBC minimum weight world champion already. He has a style that is he's orthodox, and he has a style that is so fun to watch. Japanese kickboxing has a lot of footwork, light on the feet, and that's what he is. He is extremely light on the feet. He mixes up his attacks. He throws in kicks, he elbows, he knees, he throws extremely fast hands, which is his primary skill, I would say. The extremely fast hands. He cuts angles, he evades attacks, he has a good guard, explosive, athletic, measured, high fight IQ. It's This guy is going to be very interesting to watch. He is 14-2 in his career. He has fought in Rajadamnern a few times. His last fight was a brutal KO of Komani KO with a body shot and then a left hook to knock out Komani. And I'm very excited to see him fight. You should be too. Don't miss Abe's fights. Now he's fighting a debutant in Deyarit, training out of Dejdamrong, sorry, and not as much has been found on him in terms of footage, but he's an orthodox fighter. I watched some training video from his gym, and he has he looks like a boxing heavy fighter, throws combinations, and I think that's going to be interesting in terms of the matchup with Abe. Two fighters that likes to throw hands. Dejarit is he lost a fight in Kiapech recently, unanimous decision. And I think I have to go Abe here. I think everyone who has watched Abe will probably favor him in this fight. He is extremely good, extremely talented, technical, quick, high IQ. I don't really see a ceiling for this guy. He's only 18 years old and he's already this good. After his last win, the commentators were talking about maybe he fights for a title soon, and this is definitely not a title worthy opponent. Dejarit is a good fighter, but he's not on Abe's level, I think, and we're gonna see Abe fight for a title soon, I believe. And in this fight, I think we're gonna see a fast fight, first round, first round KO, probably going to the body and then going up top. But yeah, Abe first round KO. Fight number 4, featherweight 127 pounds, Narak from Thailand versus Munkon Lek from Thailand. Narak fights out of Bang Tao in Phuket. He is a former True 4K featherweight champion. He has a lot of wins in RWS, uh, a brutal TKO or KO over Kazanov a while back, a brutal head kick KO over Dostielmi, and his last fight was a unanimous decision over Keofanoi. Oof, Thai names can be difficult sometimes. Um, Nalak is a southpaw Muay Sok fighter, mixed with Muay Thai. I would say he's the earlier fights that I watched. He was brutal with his elbows, vicious, throwing them heavy, hard through the guard, even on top of the guard, just slashing through. And then on the later fights, I've seen him mixing kicks a lot more. And I think that's something that he will do in this fight as well. But because he's fighting Munkon Lek, who, at least according to the records on the RWS website, is a lot taller, who is also good in clinch from what I've seen, who's also a good elbow fighter, good kicks, also southpaw. I think that Nalak will probably try to get inside because he can't stand on a range with Munkon Lek. So he has to cut inside, get in there, get in the clinch, and I think that's where we're gonna see heavy elbows, heavy body shots, and I think we're probably gonna see a finish in this one, but probably late because Munkon Lek is a tough fighter from what I've seen as well. Munkon Lek debutant, it's always difficult with debutants, but he has a win over Keofanoi, same fighter that Narak won against last time out in RWS. So he's a good fighter based on what I've seen on the little tape study that I could find and on paper. And I think it's going to be a tough fight, but we will see a finish, and I think that's going to be third round body shot, probably knee from Narak KO. Next up, welterweight 147 pounds, Chu Jaroen from Thailand versus Neil McGreevy from Ireland. Chu Jaroen is a very experienced fighter, has around 79, 25, and 2 in his career. Like I said before, Thai records, approximation. He has a big resume of being a champion, Top King former champion, Channel 7 former champion, Lumpini former champion. Good fighter, knees in clinch, orthodox Muay Thai, I would say. Likes long knees, like to step into the clinch, throw elbows once he's in there. Has a little bit of a tougher record lately. He's lost a lot of fights. He fought for the interim belt against Nunglan Leg, and he lost that fight through a KO, straight punches. And that's the problem that I can see in Chu Jaroen. His guard is not the tightest. He throws it up, and it's not very dynamic. And in the fight against Nunglan Lek, he just found a way through the guard, and that's a problem that I see in this fight, especially because McGreevy is a killer. He has the range. He has a longer range than Chu Jaroen, I believe. He's taller. He's very lanky. He's also a type of Muay Thai fighter. Likes to throw long knees. Likes to get in there. Has elbows. Has good kicks, good teeps, a solid boxing, not the most fantastic boxing, but very good boxing. And McGreevy's he's a tough fighter. He has let's see, 28 5-1. He's a former or current rather WBC welterweight world champion. He has wins over Dechrit, which was the fight when he became the champ in WBC. He has wins over Pimai in RWS, and last fight was a win over Erdem Dinser in RWS, unanimous decision win. Um, Very good orthodox style fighter. Has and the difference here I would say is that he has a very dynamic guard compared to Chojaroen. Chojaroen's guard, like I said, it's here and then he hopes for the best a lot of the times, while McGreevy has a guard where he utilizes long close up Dutch guard. He moves around, and I think that's going to be a deciding factor in this one. And we're probably going to see a finish in the second round through straight punches for McGreevy. McGreevy KO second round punches. And then we have the fight of the night, the main card, main bout. Women's interim RWS Bantamweight Championship, 118 pounds. Laura Burgos from Mexico versus Nong Mei from Thailand. This fight was supposed to be for the belt. Burgos was supposed to challenge Barbara Aguilar for the bantamweight belt, but Aguilar had to withdraw, and in comes a debutant in Nong Mei. Nong Mei is a 18-year-old fighter that trains out of Rongriang Kila Korat, which is the sports university in Korat, Nakhon Ratchasima. Have not really found any tape study on her. I've looked on Facebook, I've looked on YouTube, I've looked on Instagram, and I can't find a lot. She has some local wins, some gold, some silver medals in local competitions. She has a win in Rajadamnern knockout through KO. And I believe she's a good fighter. She would not be there if she's not a good fighter. But I think it's a little bit last minute thing. They needed a replacement. They called for her. She comes there. She probably has a big name on the local scene. And now she's fighting Burgos, who is experienced with 17-1 in fights. She's 36 years old, I believe. A pressure fighter, utilizes teeps a lot, comes in and punches a lot, kind of wild punches sometimes. A little bit with the chin up in the air sometimes, not the most tucked, which could be a way for Nong Mei to find success. Uppercuts, but I think it should be a big difference in experience and in maybe not in quality, but experience definitely. Nong Mei is probably a name we're gonna hear a lot from now on. This is her debut, and she fights for the interim belt, which is a big step from a lot of local competitions or even Rajadamnern knockout. And I think it's going to be tough for her to do something against Burgos. Burgos has lost one fight in her career, and she is a two-time IFMA world champion. I think we're going to see. I hope we're going to see a very good fight. I hope Nong Mei can pull an upset up. Off. That would be insane, and that would be cool. But I think it's unlikely, based on paper at least, because I haven't been able to tape study that much on this fight, or on Nong Mei at least. I'm gonna have to say Laura Burgos unanimous decision. It's gonna be fun to see. I'm excited to see Nong Mei, and I hope she really puts up a fight, because it's not easy for an 18-year-old fighter to get it into a big organization like this fighting at the biggest stadium with a lot of fans in the stands, a lot of people watching on YouTube against a very experienced fighter. But I hope we're going to see a good fight, but I'm going to go Burgos unanimous decision. And now, last fight of the night, of the card. Super flyweight, 116 pounds, Joe Nishizono from Japan versus Plaipayak from Thailand. Nishizono, kind of like Abe, very promising prospect in out of Japan. Trains out of MSJ Kickboxing Gym with a record of 10-1-1, 1-0 in RWS. WMC Japan Super Flyweight Champion. Has a win in RWS over Jawad Mosafari, a onslaught, just punches, put him up against a roach, punches, punches, punches. I think an elbow or two, and the ref decided to stop the fight. It was very impressive performance by Nishizono, and I think he's very, very talented. Southpaw, pressure fighter, Japanese kickboxing, just like Abe, light on the feet, cuts angles, has a forward going style with heavy hands, and very excited to see him as well. Very, very excited. I still think Abe is, on a different level when it comes to talents, but I don't think you should sleep on Nishizono. I think it's going to be a name that we will see a lot on this level. Um, he has good feints as well and good head movement, which a lot of Japanese fighters have. Very light on the feet, and he's fighting a debutant in RWS, Plaipayak, who should be a little bit taller according to the website of RWS, but can't say for sure. 23 years old, trains out of Sorsomai, which is a gym that is known for talented fighters when it comes to fight IQ. Kongtorani Yortontai trains out of there. Two very talented, very skillful fighters, high IQ, and I think it's going to be a tough fight. Plaipayak has fought 2 times lately in New Power Raja, where he took 2 wins over Bonchu, first split decision and then unanimous decision, and he also fought 1 time, I believe earlier this year in One Friday Fights against Lam Singh, and there he got knocked out, got dropped 1 time and then got knocked out. Lanky fighter, rangy fighter, likes to throw long knees, likes to come in and box, but a little bit wild, a little bit open to counters, not the most solid guard, and I think Nishizono will utilize that. I think Nishizono will pressure, and I'm not sure how good Plaipayak is on the back foot. He is from Sorsomai, a very high fight IQ gym. He is a southpaw fighter. Usually southpaw fighters are quite okay with being on the back foot. I'm just not sure that he can handle the pressure from Nishizono. Nishizono is going to go for it. And the boxing combinations that he throws are long and heavy. And I think that's going to be a problem for Plaipayak. So I'm going to go with a third round KO win for Nishizono. Probably punches, but I can see him mixing in a knee there as well to the body, but punches, going down low, going up top, and getting a knockout. And that's it for this card. As I said, interesting card. A lot of debutants, difficult to predict, difficult to find tape studies at times, and I wish that RWS would have a better system of storing older fights, and fights from other organizations. But it is what it is. We'll do our best, and let me know in the comments your predictions. Do you agree with mine? Do you not? Why? Uh, like, subscribe, share. Let's build a little community here. And I'll see you on Sunday's recap of the event. Take care. ขอบคุณครับ